Rock and roll. I started at a country radio station in 1979, and I couldn't take Barbara Mandrell and Crystal Gayle anymore, and so I got a job at a rock station at the middle of 1979.
All right, well, look, we're up on our...
So that's Peg.
Yeah, you did a great
Steely
job.
Dan.
You are one of the most influential people when it comes to
Thank you.
just stealing some time, Steely Dan.
I get it.
Yeah.
Boom, boom.
How are you doing this morning, Kenny? I mean, it's we're into our second show here.
Yes.
And we are on our Facebook Live and YouTube thing. I've been able to get you up there, and you were doing a slinky thing a few seconds ago.
I'm whipping out my slinky right now.
Yes.
I like my toys. I get a lot of toys, like spirographs, things like that. You can find them on Amazon, but they're not like the old days, the old school stuff. But that's okay. I'm still having fun with my slinky.
Well, we have a lot of stuff that's going on today.
Okay.
We've got Bill Bowman coming in.
Oh.
It's either going to be him or... No, I'm sorry. That's tomorrow. Kirk Deviere's coming in today.
Oh, that's right, because they had the meeting, right?
Yeah, I'm thinking about my tease for tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bill Bowman will be in tomorrow. Mm-hmm. But we're going to have Kirk Deviere. And he comes in the day after a Cumberland County Commissioners meeting. And so he will be here, and we will talk with him about some of those results. And there's somebody sent me, I don't know if he sent me this thing about the water and all that kind of stuff. So we'll talk to him about that presentation as well. And then Alpha Caldwell is going to be here as well, and we will have a new Crime Stoppers Crime of the Week. Now, I want to just talk about this letter I got here. We were kind of talking about it in the car. You know, I was involved in an accident on Christmas Eve. And, you know, it was kind of a minor fender bender, but enough for the other person to be transported by gurney, in a gurney, to the hospital. And I was asked if I wanted to go. I wasn't sure how I was feeling. I was going to ask you if you were ever in an accident. And yes, you were. You're still recovering from an accident.
I've been in a few accidents. If you're talking specifically about auto accidents, yes.
Yes.
I think a lot of us have. Fender benders are a big difference between getting in a total accident.
Well, sure. Well, but no, it's interesting you say that because Doris and I were in a total accident.
Okay.
Where the car was totaled, if that's what you mean.
Yes.
But it was a BMW. The airbags came out, protected me. I was on the driver's side. I was T-boned. My wife was at fault because she turned in front of, on the green light on someone who was coming, and the car was totaled, basically because it was an electric car, and it was difficult to find a mechanic who would work on electric vehicles. So at that point, I said, I don't think I'm ready for an electric vehicle right now, just
Not
because.
the way you drive.
No, well, that too. But the other part is I was going to buy an electric Jeep, and I had it ordered. And it was supposed to come after that accident. I saw the difficulty in finding body shops that were willing to touch it.
I see.
I said, we're not ready yet. And everybody's driving electric cars fine. Saying you're having a great time. Wait till you have an accident.
Yeah, and accidents are all different. No matter what level it's at, whether it's a fender bender or whatever, it's all different. I think a lot of people, though, have experienced that, yes?
Sure, yes. But the point of the electric car thing is I'm not trying to beat the electric car industry down yet. Uh-huh. If you don't know what you're doing with an electric car, you can kill yourself. A mechanic. A mechanic can.
Oh, okay.
So
I thought you meant the speed factor of.
Well, no, anybody can get killed in any kind of car.
All right.
But when you go to repair it, you have to have people who are specifically trained to work on electric vehicles.
Oh, discharge the heavy-duty capacitors
whatever.
And all that high
Look,
voltage.
my dad used to do that when we fixed TVs. He said, stand back. He would take a screwdriver and go to the capacitor and hit it. And bam!
Yeah.
So when you mess with electricity, you better know what you're doing. If you're working with an electric car, you better know what you're doing. You think about all the computers on just a regular gas car. Mm-hmm. It's all computer on an electric car. And so I had a hybrid, and we couldn't find a mechanic to do it. I'm really off the course of what I was talking about, but the point is you can have a fender bender, and I bring this up because you mentioned it was a total loss. And you can have a vehicle that's totaled just because of the numbers.
Yes.
And the numbers, right?
How much is it going to cost the insurance company?
Period.
Yeah. So they're going to either go high, low, or whatever. But yeah,
do you own the car? Is the car owned by? Do you own the vehicle? Or is it still being financed?
Yeah,
There's a lot of factors that go into whether an insurance company decides to total your vehicle. That BMW was totaled, but I was okay. Mm-hmm. And so, and I've been, and so the accident on Christmas Eve
That you had, that you were involved
I was
in.
involved in, and I got the letter here that, the woman who was hit was at fault. The insurance company already said, Gilbert, you're not at fault. We're going to fix your car. I would hope if I was at fault, they're still going to fix it, but that's a different story. Mm-hmm. I've been with USAA for 48 years. I've been the same insurance company for 48 years. Wow. And so I could get cheaper, but I don't think I can find better, and they've been very good to me over all the years. And so that's the good news. The bad news is the woman who was involved is also insured by USAA. Oh. And when you have that happen, the insurance company's not going to go after themselves. So there's that factor.
Wow.
And I have $1,000 deductible, which, which is typical for some people. And
what a coincidence.
Well, no, I've had this happen in the past.
Of people that had the same
right.
insurance.
And North Carolina is a contributory state when it comes to accidents. I had a woman, I was at a daycare center, I was parked, door was open, and I was reaching in to get my son, Gilbert Jr., out to put him into daycare. Woman comes up and takes my door off.
Wow. The whole thing, boom.
Door was gone, my buttocks were intact. But the point of that is, when we went to court, it was contributory. I shouldn't have had the door open, so I was partly blamed. She was partly blamed, and so so it can be complicated. All right, now back to the story at hand here.
I want to get to that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
The gist of it is, what we'll do is we're going to take a break and we'll come back and we'll finish.
That's what I want to know what's going on here with this accident thing.
All right, before we go to break here, let me just say that I got a letter from the daughter of the mother who was hit.
Oh.
And the thing that really disturbed me was the fact that not only did she send it to me, she sent it to Tish, our general manager, and the program director, the geek. They have nothing to do with this. But when you see that happening, you see people trying to set yourself up for a lawsuit and money. Because right now, I love Tish. If she was hungry, I'd get her a sandwich. But she can't tell me to take these pictures down off my website. Neither can the Greek. This is my personal thing, and I'm going to explain this in great detail. But first of all, we've got local weather from CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
This morning will start out with patchy fog. We will then turn mostly cloudy with a high temperature of 68 degrees. Overnight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 51, and Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 73. The warm weather settles in starting today, and then highs in the 70s are expected all week until the cold front arrives with some rain on Saturday, which will usher in some cooler weather for next week. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
It would help if I turned my mic on. Rachel, thank you so much. 45 right now across the board at Fayetteville, St. Paul's, and also in Red Springs. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC.
Proud to be your hometown news and information source for 4 decades. News Talk 640 WFNC. Now in high def at 103.5 HD2.
Hello?
Hi, it's Jeff at Big Bank. Did you want to talk about your retirement plan?
Nah, not anymore. I got the real deal from CoachPeteAcademy.com.
Excuse me?
Coach Pete D'Arruda, America's Wealth and Income Coach. He gave me a bunch of free classes and tips, and basically, I don't even need Big Bank anymore. I got lifetime income now.
Seriously?
Yeah, and it was all free. He even gave me a free book.
Free? Oh, wow. What was the name of that website again?
Free retirement planning for the people. Available now at CoachPeteAcademy.com.
A new year brings new possibilities at Fayetteville Technical Community College. It's the perfect time to take the important steps towards your dream career. Spring classes begin January 12th, and whether you're looking to complete a degree, change careers, or build on skills you have, FTCC has programs designed to help you achieve success. From healthcare to technology, business to skilled trades, and transfer programs to 4-year colleges. You'll find affordable, flexible options that fit your goals and your schedule. Don't forget that completing your FAFSA is the first step to unlocking financial aid that can make college even more affordable. Start the new year with your new career in sight. Enroll today at Fayetteville Technical Community College. Complete your FAFSA and embrace the future with confidence. Start the new year with a new career in sight. Enroll today at Fayetteville Technical Community College. Complete your FAFSA and embrace the future with confidence. faytechcc.edu or 910-678-8400. Get future ready at Fayetteville Technical Community College.
Good Morning Fayetteville with Gilbert Bays on WFNC News Talk 640 AM and now on 103.5 HD2 WFNC.
Hey. Now, what are you doing in there?
Well, first of all, I'm looking at your Facebook page, but secondly, I mean, you're teasing me on this, man. Tell me the story. We're playing that song. We're playing it, play. I got to find out about this story. But first of all, I'm on the WRAL Gilbert Bays.
Can you see the feed?
Oh, yeah, I see it.
Turn it sideways because your phone will fill. Unless you have it locked.
I don't know yet. Let's see what happens. Oh, I see. I have to hit the photos individually, I think, for it to turn sideways.
Yeah, you probably have. Well, you have it locked inside your phone.
I'm not too bright, but what I see here.
Can you see both of us on the screen?
I see photos of the accident.
No, you're not looking at the live feed. I'm talking about the live feed.
Oh, the live feed.
Yeah, you can go to YouTube or whatever. But in any event, while you do that, in my heart this morning, I always like to read one of these while you get set there. 100 Days of Encouragement. Janet Jackson. Janet Gibson wrote this book with photography by Sidney Burnham. And this one is day 60. I want to read this. We'll get back to my story in just a few seconds. Re is the most perfect prefix. Renew, reignite, rebuild, reaffirm, reinvent, reborn. Now, perfectly rejoice. That's pretty simple. I love all those re's.
Yep.
Okay. Kenny, if you can't see it, you got your name underneath you. It says Kenny Hitman McLean.
Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Hello, everybody.
I done moved you up in the company.
Are you going to tell me the story or not?
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So before the commercial, we were talking about the fact that I had an accident on Christmas Eve.
Yes.
And it was on the entrance roads to the Food Lion in the Stedman Vander area. That's the Stedman one is what it's called. And I didn't have a stop sign, and the sunlight was behind me to the extent that oncoming vehicles probably had a difficult time seeing, and the driver of the vehicle that had a stop sign abruptly turned in front of me while I was leaving and hit me. And so I was hit. And I told the driver, and this is a recount for people who saw the post. I stayed in my car. My blood pressure was 275 over 1 something, which was near stroke or whatever it might be. And it was probably just the fact that adrenaline flows when you have an accident like that, So anyway, I stayed in the car. I was waiting for EMS to come and check me out before I got out. Now, if you look at the pictures that's posted on my Facebook page, you will see it looks like a minor fender bender. That's fine if you're 30. I'm 70. I don't know what's happening inside me. My airbags did not deploy, and my head hit the steering wheel, and the seatbelt, when it eventually did catch, caused a sharp pain in my chest and in my back shoulder blade. So I don't know what I've got. So I don't have X-ray vision, and most people who've been in an accident know the next day is when you really feel the pain from whatever it is.
Yeah.
But I know as a journalist and even just as a person who's lived for 70 years, take pictures of the accident because once the vehicles are gone, it's your word against whomever was there unless there's some video of it. And I did a fine job of documenting this because I'm a journalist and I know what pictures need to be taken to tell a story.
You did do a fine job. I'm looking at all the photos. I really like the one with the emergency person
Sure.
right there.
And the most important one is the stop sign showing the vehicle had a stop sign.
I see it. Okay.
And I didn't have a stop sign. I was leaving, and I wasn't speeding. I was just leaving. And I saw the car coming and making the turn to the extent that I said a bad word, and I don't cuss. But I slammed on brakes. My airbags did not deploy. Hers went all to Kazuko. I mean, side. Subarus are great cars.
That's another reason, though, for you to check yourself out. I mean, if airbags deploy,
they didn't deploy in my vehicle.
Right,
they deployed
but
in
still,
hers.
the point is,
the impact was enough for that.
Yeah.
My head hit the steering
and
wheel.
so that's why you wanted to get checked out.
All right, so I got checked out. And I'm just putting this down before I read this because I'm going to read this letter that was written to me, and I just saw yesterday. The phone number, I didn't include her phone number.
Oh, I see it right here. It's on your, again, I want to be clear that it's on WRAL, Gilbert Bay's Post. Now, you're going to change that, but that's where it's at, right?
Well, and it's also on my Gilbert Bay's page. I put it everywhere. I tried to put it on yours. This is not right that people do this. I was very empathetic to the woman who hit me to the extent that I had her sit in my car so that she could wait. She shouldn't have gotten out of her vehicle. Her vehicle wasn't on fire or anything like that, but you don't know what is broken or whatever. Somebody should check you out. They may want to put a neck brace on you. They put a neck brace on her in my vehicle.
And you were giving her all this compassion, I'm sure.
Yes, and when her daughter, who probably one who wrote this letter to me, was there, I went to her and said, I hope your mom is going to be okay. I talked to the people. They came and saw her in my car. I wasn't trying to do anything, but I have a First Amendment right to post stuff that I want to post. Anyway, to the letter. Dear Mr. Bays, I am writing you regarding the automobile accident involving my mother December 24th. I'm bringing to your attention our serious concerns. This is where I went off the rocker here. Regarding your decision to post photos of the accident scene and the vehicles involved on your public Facebook page without the consent of other parties. I don't need your consent. Furthermore, we are concerned by the discrepancy between your public claims of injury and the observations of witnesses at the scene. Woman, please. You mean someone on the scene sees me walking around taking pictures and feel that I don't have any injuries? You don't know that. And I know what I was feeling when I was walking around taking the pictures. These actions have caused significant distress. Oh, here's lawyer talk. To our family during the holiday season. Oh my God, this was happening. We believe that as a public figure and a representative of what does the fact that I work at WFNC have to do with the fact on Christmas Eve when I was off and I had an accident caused by your mom has to do with anything in life? There is an expectation of professional ethics and privacy that was not met in this instance. That's attorney talk. Now, I feel threatened by this letter, is what I say. I have also shared these concerns with WFNC management. Why? Why would you do that? We would appreciate a response regarding the removal of the posts and how this matter will be addressed. It's being addressed right here on the radio because you're wrong. Sincerely, Carolyn Marie Seguinas. I don't even care how to pronounce your last name. Why would you write this letter to me? Why would you write this letter? There have been a number of posts who agree with what I'm saying right now. First of all, you don't mess with a journalist who has a microphone. You have no platform. What are you going to do? I was not wrong. The insurance company has already called me and said, Mr. Bays, you were not at fault. We are going to take care of your vehicle. Go get a rental car and whatever. We have two adjusters because it's USAA. I have my own adjuster. She has hers. Her adjuster has already called. And I've expressed great concern for her mother to her adjuster to tell her that I hope she's okay. And they have offered me money for pain and suffering. I am not wrong in this. Why would you write this letter to me unless you're trying to turn this around and look for some legal ground for a lawsuit that has no merit? I'm not an attorney, but I have played one on TV. As a matter of fact, I've won a case in the Cumberland County Superior Courts. This is just upsetting to me because I was so compassionate to her mother that she would take the time to not only write me, but write Tish and the Greek, my boss, here, to tell about this. As I said earlier, Tish, I love you. If you're hungry, I'd get you a sandwich, but I'm not taking any pictures down. Fire me. This reminds me of an accident I had not far from my house where I rear-ended a guy at very low speed. I had an Acura Legend, very nice car, and I just wasn't paying attention. He came to a quick stop. He had one of these station wagons with the wood on the side, very old vehicle. I hit him. And those cars back in the day were built very nicely. You could barely see any damage. And I was just still sitting in the car saying, I can't believe this. The driver and his mother, who had to be like 84 or something like that, who was in the passenger seat, the driver got out and started towards the back of the car and looked at me and realized it was Gilbert Bays. And all of a sudden, he grabbed his neck and went back in the car and sat there. And then when the law enforcement officer came, he went to the car up front first, and they talked back and forth. And then the officer came to me, and the officer was laughing. And he said, the guy up there asked me to confirm, was that Gilbert Bays behind it? So now he thinks he's got a tremendous payday or something.
Yeah.
His mother, 84, got out and started doing jumping jacks. She said, boy, what are you talking about? We're not hurt. Let's get you back. Get me this.
Good for her.
But this is the point, that because you're a public figure, people go beyond the call of duty and write stupidness.
I got to look at this again. I love that. I'm sorry, but and I see that there's 147 at least. No, that was a long time ago.
Well, how many shares is
400. Oh, it's got a bunch.
Shares,
yeah.
See, young lady, Carolyn Marie, you don't do this to somebody who has a microphone and 78,000 followers on social media. Now, I'm not trying to bully her, but I'm trying to bully her to let her know, don't do this. Don't do this. This is wrong. And anybody who knows me, I am a compassionate person.
Yes.
But I'm also a ranger, and I'm also someone that doesn't take any stuff from people when it's wrong. I don't care if you come in here sitting here with me, I'm compassionate, but you say something wrong, I'm on you. That's my job as a journalist. So why would you write this? It seems like I hope you have a good attorney. And I hope your attorney is good enough to tell you, go home and sit down. There's no merit to this. Now, I'm the one being harassed. I'm the one who should get an attorney. I'm the one who should file charges. But I won't.
It is an interesting, wow, it's very in-depth, this story. Gilbert Bays on Facebook. Interesting.
And I wrote one,
I'm staying
two,
out of it.
3, 4. You know, it's funny. Doris will tell you, you don't know my husband. Michael Joyner, my photographer, worked with me at WREL, will tell you, you don't know Gilbert Bays. Ed Wilson, who used to work with me at WREL, will tell you. Bill Harcum, who used to work with me as a photographer at TBD, will tell you, you don't know Gilbert Bays. There is a therapy group that's called I've Been Fussed Out by Gilbert Bays. They meet every Tuesday. I don't fuss people out as much as I used to, but I am a good fusser-outer.
I'm watching the responses go up on your Facebook page.
I don't care.
No, they're on your side, trust me. At fault.
You know, please, hey, people, look, stop this madness. Everyone thinks there's a lawsuit somewhere, but there's not. Okay. Can we get back on track?
Sure. Yeah, sure. Let's get into
All right.
CBS 17.
17 News. We have news from CBS 17.
Good morning from the CBS 17 newsroom. I'm Brea Hollingsworth. Site Selection magazine named North Carolina as the #1 state for workforce development in 2026. Governor Josh Stein celebrated the ranking during a visit to Machine Specialties Incorporated in Whitsett. The governor says he created a committee last year to help address how the state can continue to get more jobs and apprenticeships for people of all ages and demographics. And he says the committee that provides him recommendations has the goal of doubling the apprenticeship program within 3 years. Happening now, uneasiness surrounds the Fayetteville community as the suspect of a double shooting over the weekend remains on the run. Mac's Speed Shop remains closed this morning. Fayetteville police say brothers Timothy and Daniel Nakamoto were shot after a fight inside the restaurant escalated. Police told us on Saturday they were interviewing a person of interest, but no one has been arrested. A Harnett County Hospital is getting a huge boost to build a new mental health unit. First Federal Bank pledged $100,000 towards an adolescent behavioral health center at Central Harnett Hospital. The unit will make it easier for Western Harnett County families to get much-needed mental health care closer to home than ever before. From the CBS 17 newsroom, I'm Brea Hollingsworth.
This morning will start out with patchy fog. We will then turn mostly cloudy with a high temperature of 68 degrees. Overnight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 51, and Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 73. The warm weather settles in starting today, and then highs in the 70s are expected all week until the cold front arrives with some rain on Saturday, which will usher in some cooler weather for next week. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunzing.
Thank you, Rachel. Right now, we've got 45 degrees across the board. Fayetteville, Fort Bragg, and Spring Lake. You're listening to News Talk 640 with WFNC.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places to take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Always first in News Talk for North Carolina. News Talk 640 WFNC. Say play WFNC wherever you get your audio.
It's getting chilly in the Carolinas. If your heat isn't cutting it, don't wait. Call Bass Air Conditioning and Heating now. For a limited time, get a system check for just $59. Or check out our low monthly payment options and huge rebates on new HVAC systems. Free estimates, second opinions, and fast installs. From the team trusted for over 70 years. When you're cold or sweaty, call Bass. We're ready.
Bass Air Conditioning. We're your comfort guys.
You're still thinking job change in the new year?
Yeah, I need something that's in high demand and more stable in this economy.
IT?
Yeah, cybersecurity, maybe even AI.
That's what I did.
Really? How?
Went to My Computer Career. You don't need any prior experience, and you could start your new career in a matter of months. A lot of IT pros go to school there, too, to level up.
Sweet. Are classes online or on campus?
Both.
Wow, I'll check it out. Thanks.
Make this your year. Take the free career evaluation now at mycomputercareer.edu, an elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
I'm Ed Evans, CEO of Consumer Cellular. No, we're not one of the big guys. Truth is, we don't want to be. If you're over 50, Big Wireless probably has you paying for more data than you might need. You could be throwing away thousands over a lifetime.
Our entry-level data plans start at just $20 a month. And for a limited time, switch and get your second month free. Call 1-888-FREEDOM, visit consumercellular.com or a store near you and get your second month free today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing. See site for additional details.
You've been involved in a car accident. What should you do first? A, go back to the hospital. B, call the claims adjuster. C, Google an attorney. D, none of the above. Answer, none of the above. Hi, I'm Dr. Nelson at Nelson & Nelson Chiropractic Centers. If you've been involved in a car accident and are still in pain, your first stop is Nelson & Nelson Chiropractic. We don't just say we care for you. We prove it in everything we do. If you've been involved in a car accident and are still in pain, the first thing to do is Google NelsonandNelson.com. That's NelsonandNelson.com. Schedule your own appointment. Be seen today. No waiting, minimal paperwork, and doctors and staff that put you first. Now take it away, Debbie.
Nelson & Nelson Chiropractic Center. We care for you.
Good morning, Fayetteville with Gilbert Bays on WFNC.
get your motor running. Head out on the highway, looking for adventure, and whatever comes our way.
Well,
Yeah, darling, go make it happen.
well,
Take the world in a loving embrace. Fire all of your guns at once and explode into space.
News Talk 640 WFNC. Right now it's 6:43. I've had a chance to calm down a little bit because I was a little upset.
I didn't notice.
I mean, I guess more disappointed in fact that I had to deal with that. And you know, if they want to sue me and get some money on it and sue the radio station or whatever, but the pictures will remain up. And I made one of the pictures of the accident the main picture on my Facebook page. When you turn to it, you see it right at the top. That's how much weight you have in telling me to turn something down in some public stuff. Anyway, but look, I digress. We got both of us up on the screen there, Kenny, with your name on there, Kenny Hitman McLean. I'm really working on this podcast thing to try to make it look pretty good. And I see some people are watching. There's a little delay in what we say and when it actually comes out because I got to go up satellite, come back down, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
But in any event, it is what it is, and what's happening is what's happening. It's time for our 640 replay.
No, I got to read some more comments. I can't get away from your Facebook page.
Well, what are they saying? Well, look, if you are watching...
She cannot be serious. People are wild. I'm glad you played Born to be Wild just now.
Yeah, well, people, they're right there. Well, look, and the thing about it is, if you are watching us on my Facebook page, which has 78,000 followers, I had a woman who said, hello, we're watching from Florida.
Okay.
So we are expanding what we're doing. And I have it on my YouTube page as well. When I put it on my YouTube page, it goes out to all the people on my YouTube page. There's thousands of people on that as well. The thing I want everyone to remember is don't forget that we are WFNC, 640 AM, and 103.5 HD2. And as far as, notifying what you're listening and watching, this is what you're watching. You're not watching Facebook. You may be watching it on Facebook, but you're listening to a radio broadcast, a radio podcast of WFNC 640 AM. And we want to make that point because that's where we get our money. That's what pays the bills. So this just expands our ability to do what we do, and I'm proud to try and do this. And Kenny, we're going to get to the point where this main computer, iPod goes in there with you because you can do a better job. Oh,
just what you need, me with more buttons.
Well, let me bring you up. You got your Swiss Miss all in the. Yeah, Kenny, you're going to get in trouble.
Yeah, well, let's do George Freeze.
Okay, George. All right, enough of all that. I had an opportunity yesterday to talk with my good friend George Brees, and that's our 640 replay. George, hey, let me hand you this book back so you can show it because you handed that to me. You can hold it up because people can see it right here. What is that book?
It's about the city of Fayetteville, and it's the history of the city of Fayetteville.
Not good and not all good and not bad, but
no, but it's a great book, and I just thought maybe you're kind of a history buff.
Yes, I am. I appreciate
I figured
that.
Maybe you might.
Well, tell Dina I said hello because I know it's probably her idea.
It was.
That's your bride that does. Give this to Gilbert. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. We have the timetable is something, and you mention this every time you come in. It's like we don't have long before we get into the primary.
37 days to early voting. Think about that.
Yeah. Now,
I mean, that's 7 weeks and a wake up.
That's right. 7 weeks. And so, and then after that happens, we get things whittled down.
Yeah.
I went to, and I printed the folks who have filed initially. I've been monitoring that every week because more names get on it and all that stuff. And then now all of a sudden, since so many people are unopposed, it's down to like just 4 pages.
Right.
As opposed to, because the folks who are unopposed are not included on that now because they're not in any kind of race.
Yeah, and like if you look at the list right now, it's very light. But when you move to the November list, it's gonna fill up on you real quick.
So this is not a presidential year. This is a midterm election,
and a very important one.
Well, now talk about that because this one is different than many other midterms for a number of reasons. Give me your analysis of why this one is important.
Well, it's more about the national ticket. And when I say national ticket, there is no national ticket. in this race, but there is a national ticket. There's not a presidential race, but the president's the party of the sitting president usually gets their clock cleaned. They've lost as many as 30 members of the House and 3 or 4 in the Senate. And so the real question is, down ballot, how does that affect the down ballot races? How will Democrats and Republicans locally in Cumberland County, in the 7th District and the 9th, be affected by that down ballot? And so the real question is, how many seats do the Republicans lose, or how many do they pick up? And I'm going to tell you, there's some people in the leadership of the National Republican Party, of which I'm a registered Democrat, but they say they think the economy is going to turn in the first 6 months. They really believe that this is going to work for them, the projected way the world is going in America. And then there are the Democrats who just cannot wait until 11 months from now, or 10 months and 3 weeks if we're counting, and take back over the House. The numbers aren't there for them to take back over the Senate. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, part of the problem with this election is, I say, and I don't like to talk national politics. As a matter of fact, I very seldomly do that, just because I'm concerned and focused on this station about what's happening here in Fayetteville, Cumberland County, and the surrounding areas. But you can't be oblivious to what's happening nationally.
No.
And wonder if the Democrats take back the House. Do we have a lame duck president now at this point, or we've already had a president who's demonstrated disregard for Congress anyway?
Yeah.
And so, what difference does it make?
It's not going to make a dime's worth of difference. Only difference will be that Hakeem Jeffries and the Democratic leadership in the House, if they take over, will be holding hearings, trying to impeach, and a lot about nothing, and take up a lot of airtime. And the point is that they'll be projecting all of that towards the 2028 race and towards J.D. Vance and whoever, the Secretary of State, I think, may end up playing.
J.D. Vance, I've seen Trump hats for 2028. I've seen that.
But that's not going to happen. But the point is that 2026 is a bellwether for the projection way the country's going. You said in a news release, or you read it, or I heard it just earlier in this show, where you talked about the part that Fort Bragg paid in the Venezuela situation. Here they are.
Delta Force?
Yeah. That's what they would.
George, how many times have you heard me say when the president dials 911, that call is answered at Fort Bragg? Truer than ever.
I've been saying it forever, too.
Sure. And now we're a 4-star command as opposed to 3-star command.
Yeah.
No, and not many people made many bones about the 18th Airborne Corps casing their colors.
Yeah.
And now we got, this is a big deal that's going on. And we have another command and more civilian DOD workers coming, and more other units coming. Fort Bragg is not going anywhere.
No, and there's going to be another Bragg at some point, and it's only going to help Fort Bragg.
Sure.
It's not going to, there's not going to be any downsizing here. There's going to be
we miscalculated
growth.
We miscalculated the Bragg last time in terms of growth for students. You forget that mainly we have more general officers at Fort Bragg now than anywhere else in the
except
country.
the Pentagon.
Except the Pentagon. That's right.
And they're like flies. Excuse me.
But if you're talking about general officers, normally they've been in service for some time, so we don't have elementary kids with general officers. You've got kids who are just about going. So we expected this big influx into the Cumberland County school system. It didn't happen.
No,
didn't happen.
No.
So I don't know how you missed that, but you're right. I think we are going to have another major Bragg, and this part of the country. My brothers. I got one in Amsterdam, New York.
Mm-hmm.
Got one in Philadelphia. Got a sister in San Pedro. She says San Pedro, whatever it is, in California. Why are you still in Fayetteville? This is the center of the universe in terms of how things happen in this country.
Tell it like it is, Ski.
I'm just saying. That's right.
Like it is, Ski.
That's right. Ski. That's right. That's it. You can call me Ski, too. If anybody calls me Ski, I said, oh, that's somebody from high school. It's my nickname.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the truth. And it's one of the reasons you've been so active in this community.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the military. Now, there was a time when people say this is a bedroom community for Fort Bragg. I say it's a melting pot for the country.
Mm-hmm.
Because you have so many people here from all over the world that makes this area much more sophisticated than I think folks in
what is
other
it?
places.
87 languages are spoken
At
in
least,
this community.
at a minimum.
Yeah, and
it's by choice that folks stay here.
Right.
You know,
it is. And like you say, when the world does now dial 911, it is answered here. When the president picks up the red phone, it's answered here. I like to refer to Fayetteville as the front door welcome mat to freedom. We are the front door welcome mat to freedom for this world, and that's says a lot about our community. And we are so blessed not just to have Fort Bragg, but the families that are involved, the soldiers who teach Little League and active in civic work. I mean,
the veterans. Let's not forget the fact that this population of veterans here. I'm one of them.
Yeah, Cumberland County Veterans Council is a good example.
Exactly, and the thing about it is, if you're new to this area of something, you come in and the Marines are shooting, and you hear all this boom, boom.
Yeah, right.
We always say it's the sound of freedom.
Yeah, it is.
I remember when Tom Lawrence, who was the producer at WRAL, came down to Fayetteville. He was just intrigued at the C-130 convoys when the C-130s were at Pope Air Force Base.
Right.
Shoot that for file.
Right.
Because no one else is used to seeing around here. You see a tank, you see aircraft, you see it.
You don't think anything about
not
it.
At all. Not at all. Because we know what it means, and we know, the sacrifices that not only our service members make, but also their families.
Yeah,
as
absolutely.
Well. And if you didn't think, we're a 4-time All-America city.
Yes.
And a lot of times when we made these presentations, it was with the help of Fort Bragg.
Yeah, I remember. I was working on the one in 2001. It was 1987, but in 2001, the then mayor had Milo and Roger had said, we'd like for you to kind of help pull this together for us.
That's Milo McBride.
And I said, okay, I will. And I said, let's see if we can get the 82nd Airborne Course to participate.
And they did, and we won the All-American City. I think 4-time or 5-time. Fayetteville is much bigger than folks give us credit for. So we'll keep singing the praises. Thanks to George Brees for coming in. He's our longtime political analyst here at WFNC. How long have you known him?
As long as I've been here.
Yeah, so he's always been around, and he's so gracious to spend his time. We already have him scheduled to come in, I think, on March 4th. I already have him on the book to come back in and do some more analysis about the political scene here in Fayetteville. And very short period of time before we actually go to the polls for the primary and then the general election in November. You're listening to News Talk 640 WFNC. We've got Fayetteville's most dependable forecast with CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
This morning will start out with patchy fog. We will then turn mostly cloudy with a high temperature of 68 degrees. Overnight will be mostly cloudy with a low of 51, and Wednesday will be partly cloudy with a high of 73. The warm weather settles in starting today, and then highs in the 70s are expected all week until the cold front arrives with some rain on Saturday, which will usher in some cooler weather for next week. That's your Fayetteville forecast. I'm CBS 17 meteorologist Rachel Dunsing.
Rachel, thank you so much. Right now, 45 degrees in Fayetteville, Hope Mills, and also in Pembroke. You're listening to News Talk 640. We're WFNC.
This report is sponsored by Discover. Guess what? Discover's accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. You heard right, 99%. If you don't think so, maybe it's time to face facts. You're stuck in the past. Based on the February 2024 Nielsen report, learn more at discover.com/creditcard.
Bringing you all the news and information that matters for 4 decades. News Talk 640 WFNC.